Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Otts here, and it's Boxing Day. And happy Boxing Day to Canadians. Happy Boxing Day, Raptor Freak family. We have a game today. The Raptors and their personnel had to travel to Memphis last night, to be in Tennessee for the unofficial Naismith Cup. Although I like to think that the Naismith Cup actually happens in Canada. So it's when Toronto is hosting the Memphis game later this season is the true Naismith Cup. But historically, the Naismith Cup between the Grizzlies and the Raptors, of course, our expansion partner, also celebrating their 30th anniversary for their franchise right now. In fact, there may very well be some festivities tonight at the Grizzlies game celebrating the 30 years of Grizzlies basketball while we're there, seeing as we're there, the other Canadian team that started at the same time in 1995. So, yeah, I got a preview today. I'm a little early because I got to go and get on a plane and very, very shortly today to fly back to Toronto. And hopefully I'll be back in time to catch the game. At least it's an 8 p.m. Eastern start. So I have a little bit more time to get through traffic in 401 to get back to my house and watch the game when it comes on. But yeah, we got all the regular preview stuff. There is going to be a delayed ref report, seeing as the refs do not come out until after 9 o'clock. So I'm going to front load the stream with everything else, and we'll do the refs right at the end of the stream, guys, just so y'all know. Good morning, y'all. How was y'all's Christmas? I hope that y'all had a fantastic day. I hope the holidays have been treating you right, and only love and happiness and just good times and just a lot of shared moments and memories that are happening for you with you and your friends and family and loved ones right now. That's right. All right, let's see. Trevor's here first. Commissioner Jay, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for all the support and all the things you do. In fact, I want to announce something right now, guys, that I have decided, and I want to say this first to preface this. We know that the superfan Monique Lawrence is our MVP of our Raptor Freak family. She has always been and she always will. But I want to recognize Trevor this year as the MVP for 2024. Trevor has been unwavering support for this channel and done so many things to help me in this past year that I really, really appreciate you, Trevor, especially in trying times at different times this season. Trevor has always been a rock, and every day he's here. Every day he's here, and every day he's here with his words of wisdom. So I appreciate you so much, Trevor. I officially recognize you as this year's MVP. And but Monique, you're perennially always the MVP in our hearts. You know that. So Trevor's saying in life, you will meet two kinds of people, ones who build you up and ones who tear you down. In the end, you will thank them both. Yeah, I know he meant to say thank instead of think. Yeah, this is what I've thought about a lot. You know, everybody, their lesson and whoever they are and whatever they do and however it goes with them is a lesson. And you know what? The lesson is something to be thankful for because it gives you more experience in life. And, you know, hopefully, you know, in the future, you're wiser to it. So, you know what, Trevor, I love you, man. And Merry Christmas. And once again, thank you for everything you've done for this channel over the years. And especially this year. I'm going to say that right now. Trevor's saying, happy game day. Let's go. All right, let's go to it. And I'll give you the latest lineup news for the Raptors and the Grizzlies tonight, 8 p.m. at, I think it's still FedEx Forum or something like that. I don't know what they call it there. All right, first of all, with the Raptors, Blake Murphy was blue skies yesterday. A little bit of activity there, not a whole lot. He's saying that Jakob Poeltl will be out again tonight. His groin is still an issue. And yes, so he's ruled out tonight. I was really hoping this wasn't a bad groin pull, but it looks like it is. I'm getting really mad at Santa's water for that. Santa, why did you do that to him with your water? Why is your drip so bad like that? Bruce Brown will not play today. That's not surprising because we know Bruce Brown and the mystery cowboy and his status has been really weird for the last month. So it's like Bruce is so close. What the heck is going on here? Emmanuel Quickly is also out, but he has begun incorporating his left arm into recent workouts, but he's still not ready for full contact. And Jamal Shed is still listed as questionable for today. He's day-to-day, though. So it could very well be that Jamal goes to his Christmas and he feels good because he's been buoyed by great feelings from his family and food and then just good times, and maybe he feels good and he's ready to come back. It is his knee that has been bothering him. So we really, really hope that Jamal Shed of Houston Cougars is able to come back and return to the court and play for the Raptors tonight, man. Yeah, it's too bad that there continues to be certain players that are just on there, especially Bruce and Emmanuel. Those are the two that are really bugging me the most because honestly, these guys, we need them out there. It's really, really bad when we don't have the whole crew. And I feel cheated with Emmanuel in particular because Emmanuel is like such a high level player. And I know it's not his fault. I know that this injury luck with him this year has not been good at all. He's had 3 separate injuries since training camp that have messed him up and kept him out of the lineup. And it sucks because they've been very different places in his body too. So hopefully, Emmanuel, please, in the new year, I'm wishing good. This is what my Christmas wish was. I wish the Raptors would get healthy and nobody be on the injury list for next year. And that's what I'm really, really hoping about. Now, I may be doing a couple of things on the fly today just because of the nature of the ref report. You guys will get to see me do the process of the ref report live on the channel today because usually I do it before the show, but I'm going to be doing it during the show. That could be very, very interesting. So, yeah, there we go. I'm going to speculate that our team for today will be what it's been. Scotty Barnes at point guard, Grady Dick at shooting guard, RJ Barrett, small forward, Oshai Baji at power forward, and then Jonathan Mobo stepping up and playing at center once again. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. So it is what it is. We are currently on an 8-game losing streak, which is the longest losing streak in the entire NBA right now. I hate this so much. I knew that we needed that Brooklyn game so bad back like a couple games ago. And it's too bad we didn't take care of business to at least just chop up the losing right now so that we're not having so much crazy, crazy, stupid stuff. Good morning to Mischief. He's saying Merry Christmas, Lex, to you and your family and Raptor Freaks. Merry Christmas to you, Jay. Wherever you are, I know you're probably somewhere warm and sunny because you're on your break. And I know you're all about the workouts and working on playing your bass and on your off time right now. So I appreciate you spending your time with me, that you have the choice on your free time to be here this morning. So always good to see my good friend Mischief in the chat like right now. Yeah, all right, Trevor's giving my cues for everything. He wants me to move along. In some ways, Trevor's being a producer today, and he's promised me that he's going to help me keep my stream short. So I'll say this, Trevor, I'll do an hour, and hopefully I can be done right around 9:30, and that'll be perfect. All right, let's go look at Memphis, guys, this morning. There are injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, this is what's been going on with Memphis right now. They're 12-3 in their last 15 games. Yeah, it's like that. They've had sustained really, really good success recently with 12 wins out of their last 15 games. And, yeah, that's nasty. That is nasty stuff. And, of course, the Grizzlies are in the tougher conference, and they're playing a lot more of the tougher teams, and they're doing very well. But they did lose their last game to the Clippers on Monday. So we'll have to see how things go. Possibly we can – hopefully surprise some people. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, this is Memphis's injury list. Jay Huff has been ruled out for today's game due to his ankle. Marcus Smart will not play tonight for the Grizzlies. It's his finger. Vince Williams Jr. is progressing well in his recovery from a right ankle sprain, but he probably won't be back for another month or so. G.G. Allen II is also out right now currently for the Memphis Grizzlies. He may be back sometime in January. So, yeah, those are the main injuries for them. Let's go look at who they have this year. This will be the first time we see Memphis Grizzlies this year. Of course, Ja Morant has returned to the NBA this season. He's playing exceptionally well. And no more suspensions, no more silliness. Ja, get your life and get together and go out and do good stuff. Desmond Bane at this shooting guard. This is Darko's old haunting grounds, because, of course, he was an assistant coach for this team for a long time. So a lot of the players on the other side tonight have special connections with our head coach. So we got to remember that. Jalen Wells is playing at small forward. Jaren Jackson Jr., the former Defensive Player of the Year, is power forward. And the big Canadian pivot that we all love, the big 7'4" Zach Edey, is starting at center for them right now. I looked at some of his stats, and it's just that he's not scoring. The guy is making a lot of rebounds and block shots, but he's not really getting a lot of scoring. So that's kind of why he's kind of petered out of the Rookie of the Year race talk. Now, off the bench, who do the Grizzlies have? The sharpshooter Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, Spain's Santi Aldama, Canada's own Brandon Clark, Scottie Pippen Jr. in the rotation right now for the Memphis Grizzlies. So you may see the the offspring of the great Chicago Bull Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen today. Also, we got let's see, Yuki Kawamura from Japan. The little Japanese guard is a fun player to watch, so we will probably see him today too. Cam Spencer, John Conchar, and Colin Castleton round out the rotation and the team for the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a tall task. Ja Morant is an exceptional, great talent. And I hope that Ochai Agbaji could kind of chase him around and maybe slow him down a little bit, use some combination of speed and strength to just kind of do something to kind of slow and impede him. Of course, Davion Mitchell could be very helpful in certain ways against him also. So there's your latest lineup news. Marcus Smart's out, so I'm not upset about that. No, I've always found Marcus Smart very annoying. Of course, he was more annoying when he was on the Celtics, but now, he's still annoying. He's still annoying. I've always thought of him as a dirty player and not necessarily like a player that I like. Yeah, all right. Trevor's giving me the cue for the Instagram stories and the classic card, and we'll do both. We'll do the Instagram stories right now, and it's kind of fun. I have to say this first. Shamshay, you got to watch your Instagram, my guy. Shamshay posted an Instagram story a couple of days ago of like, how do you deal with Canadian winters? And it said leave. And I'm like, man, all right, we get it, Ulrich. You're from Africa. You have not been in a cold climate like this ever in your entire life coming to Toronto. And you obviously care about being warm and not being in a cold climate. You've got to wear layers. You've got to understand what it is and maybe make the best of it. But I don't like the signs that Ulrich Shamshay already is not a big fan of the colder climate in the northern part of the northern hemisphere. And I told him, I wrote him a message. I said, listen, it's not any warmer in New York City, Boston, or Chicago, or any of these cities up here. Yeah, maybe down south it is a little bit warmer. But just so you know, Shamshay, this is not the way to interact with the fans on social media by posting 2 different posts in the last month about how he feels like it's very cold in Canada. Dude, just get over it. You're going to be a man. You're not totally a man yet. You're 18. And when you turn 19 in next week, you need to be manning up and stop whining about the weather. Are you a little boy or are you a man? And can you take the Canadian weather? And honestly, you dishonor the Raptors and Masai Ujiri complaining about this and making overtures that you're going to leave Canada. I may be reading too much into this, and maybe that it's just a funny joke that this is the way you deal with cold weather, but you shouldn't do this, Shamshay. I'm just going to warn you right now. Your PR person, I know that you're with Clutch, and those guys are not going to watch this the real way. But the people that are closest to you and the organization of the Raptors need to tell you to stop posting this kind of stuff because it's not going to serve you with Raptors fans, just so you know. All right, let's go see something feel good real quick. Davion Mitchell surprised the fam at the crib in Hinesville, Georgia. He's not too far from where I am right now in Atlanta. He snuck up on the house. It's really cool to see him. He's running up on the door, and he knocks on the door, and his family is happy to receive him for Christmas and getting to spend time there. He went back to his old high school, and he's with it. His jersey is on the wall with his number, and he's retired there. So that's a beautiful thing. Great to see Davion going back for Christmas back to Georgia and being around his family. Of course, Georgia's not that far from Memphis. So a lot of the Raptors, it's kind of been really convenient that the game today is in Memphis because Memphis is so central to the United States. And if the different Raptors were going to go to see their families or on Christmas, it's an easier place to travel to in some ways. Like Grady goes to Kansas. It's pretty easy to get to Memphis from Kansas. Pretty easy to get to Memphis from Florida for Scotty and Mubbo. Pretty easy to get to Memphis from even Canada for people like Kelly and RJ. So, yeah, it's ideal in some ways, if not, but it is a Boxing Day tradition to play the Raptors on Boxing Day. All right, let's see. Kai Cenat showed up on Davion's Instagram stories also. He's saying a prayer for his chat and their families on there. That's a nice guy. You know what? I want to do this too. I'm going to be just like this great streamer. He has such a following. Why don't I do this real quick? So let's just do a little prayer for 2025 for the Raptor Freak family and all their family and all their friends and the people that matter to them, just real quick. And let's just get some good energy coming in real quick right now for everybody for this new year to be the best year ever and just good things and abundance and happiness and goodwill towards man and just good things happening. So let's just bow our heads for a second. Silent prayer, moment of silence, just real quick. And even maybe remember those that we lost this year also. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me indulge in that. It's a little weird in some ways, I guess, but not really. There's a great picture of our Raptors courtside at the 905 game. And Chris posted this originally, but Davion has reposted his Bruce Brown, Scotty, Emmanuel, Bruno Fernando, Davion Mitchell, RJ Barrett, and Jakob all courtside. And I love seeing the family. Merry Christmas from the Raptors. And the Raptors are all together in that picture. Yuta Watanabe in action over in Japan. See him warming up over there. And there, I guess in some ways, Japan celebrates Christmas by going to KFC and eating a lot of Colonel Sanders, guys. It's really weird. It's true. Seriously. Kentucky Fried Chicken goes crazy in Japan on Christmas Day. I think that they confused Santa Claus for Colonel Sanders, and they just make Colonel Sanders unofficial Santa Claus. So it's a very strange phenomena, but it's a very, very traditional phenomena in Japan at this point. There's Slim Duck coming in the game. He's playing. He's got Ice Cube. It was a good day playing over his song, which is awesome. I love the throwback, Chris. And yeah, that's a really good song. I love It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. Of course, you know the classic I'm talking about. I don't feel like singing it right now, or I would. There's the picture posted originally that was reposted on Davion's Instagram right there. I love that. Jamal Shed did something really funny yesterday, guys, on his Instagram. And I love this so much. You know how they have the weird, I forget what it was called. It's a company, and you can put the faces of people over like animations, and all of a sudden they're dancing. It's Jib Jab. That's what they called it, Jib Jab. So Jamal Shed made a jib jab of the 5 Raptor rookies as Christmas elves dancing and doing all kinds of cool stuff. And it's Jameson, Jonathan, Jacoby, Ulrich, and himself. And it's so cute. And I love Jamal as a leader, putting that little cohort, that rookie class group together in that, because in some ways they got to look at it that way. It's like, dude, we all came in together as Raptors and rookies in 2024. And that's going to bond us for the rest of our lives. Jameson Battle, Jacoby Walter, Jonathan Mobo, Jamal Shed, and Ora Shamshay. And it's just so fun. It's so fun to see them dancing in elf costumes on Jamal Shed's Instagram. So I love that, Jamal. I love that you did that. That's team unity. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And those things are so goofy. They're so, so goofy. He's also putting on blast Detrice Thomas, sponsored by Jamal Shed. I guess he paid for some sort of film or something. I'm not even sure what this is. Let me just read this real quick. He said, I was honored to be a part of an amazing event. Love the message and keep putting God first. Very, very cool. So something about Detrice Thomas is a great man. He did something in the name of God. And Jamal Shed is funding the ability for this film to be out. So you go. Jamal doing good all over the place. Emmanuel quickly showing a nice picture of him and RJ Barrett to celebrate Christmas and the friendship between the two former New York Knicks on the Raptors. Norman Powell was all about Christmas yesterday. Eggnog and gifts and basketball equals a Merry Christmas. Norman, of course, also putting in the grind on Christmas too. He went to the court yesterday and put the grind in. Can't have Christmas without the grind is what Norman was saying yesterday. But look, he's practicing against a half pint, some kid in his family, and it's devolving. It kind of looks like Uncle X with his nephew the other day. Norman and his kid I guess it's a nephew or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Norman Powell, the Los Angeles Clippers. Wow, look at that spread of food he got. He's got some mac and cheese, some great greens, mashed potatoes, and there's some really nice roast there also. So yeah, Norman, you're awesome. And I'm glad you're the man for the Clippers this year. You're definitely carrying them in Kawhi's absence right now. What about Lloyd? Is with his family on Christmas yesterday. Beautiful family, Lloyd, and I hope that you guys had a great celebration. Grady was up in the airplane flying around, and he saw something in the clouds, and he said, Santa thinks he's slick. He saw this line in the cloud, and he sees the path where Santa flew through on his sled. So I think Grady still believes in the big guy. that he's still around, which is kind of funny. Grady Dick posting that he sees Santa's sleigh path while he's flying around up in a plane. Garrett Temple, wow, this is really cool. Garrett Temple embracing the Canada cold, unlike Shamshay, with his family in Toronto yesterday, and his kids were out in the yard. They were having a snowball fight, and even young Garrett Jr. built his first snowman, which was very, very cool. So happy to see a happy family, the Temple family, embracing Canada Christmas and building snowmen and having a good time, and just so smiley. And congratulations once again on the new bundle joy that's on its way with you guys to have where 4 becomes 5. Yeah, really, really good snowman, Garrett Jr. I got to give you some credit for that, man. I'm checking in with our guy Thaddeus Young real quick, and yeah, the Young Guns, the Thad Jr. and his other son are working hard. And happy Merry Christmas to you guys, Shakina and Thaddeus. From me to you, the Raptor Streak. That's right. Toronto Tempo saying happy holidays, Tempo family. Thank you for your support this year. Yeah, we're going to keep supporting you, Teresa and Larry and the Toronto Tempo. I hope you liked my song yesterday, and I do mean it. It's going to be great when the Toronto Tempo win their first WNBA championship, and I will be there watching it and rooting for you guys all the way. Jacoby Walter has reposted Jamal Shedd's Jib Jab video, so he approves of being put in a crazy elf dancing video. It is really funny, guys. You have to see it because it's like, it's just their faces on it, and they're like break dancing and stuff. It's pretty goofy. It's so good. And there he is. He's saying Merry Christmas. I guess he's somewhere. I can't tell. That picture's really weird, Jacoby, but it is what it is. I see your Baylor jersey on the wall. Jamison Battle reposting the Jib Jab on there. So we got most of them posted. I think all 5 of them reposted it, so they're in. That shows unity. Jamal's the leader. He makes it. But the other 4 guys are reposting it. So they're not above it, and they're embracing it. I love to see it. There's Jonathan's picture. Jonathan posting. He's saying Merry Christmas. He's laughing about it. It is so funny. Merry Christmas from the Rooks is what it says on there. It's so cool. And there's Shamshay's version of it too, saying Merry Christmas from the Rooks. I love seeing all 5 of the rookies repost Jamal Shedd's funny Jib Jab video of them dancing. So good. Kelly Olynyk has got his little dog Millie with a little red nose on it, calling him Millie Rudolph. Such a cute dog. Of course, Scotty was all about Kelly's dog post yesterday on Instagram. You know how Scotty is such a dog lover. And the love that Kelly Olynyk has for his dog is, it's something that Scotty very much identifies with, his love for Cardi and Cece. So, yeah, beautiful to see some of Kelly's Christmas in Toronto, by the way. Kelly was in Toronto for Christmas, and him and his wife out and about in the Christmas festive lights in the city. And there he is. It looks like he's down near the distillery district somewhere, or what, in Toronto somewhere. That's pretty cool. Jamal McGlure saying Merry Christmas to everybody on his, and Happy New Year. May your Christmas be merry and bright, and may the new year bring you all the happiness you deserve. There you go. There you go. Yesterday was a triple vote for the All-Star. So I hope you guys got your votes in for Scotty and the rest of the Raptors, because that was a triple vote day yesterday on Christmas Day. So hopefully you did it and you got it in. Gary Trent Jr., this is really cool, y'all. There was a little thing at the NBA Cup where Kevin Garnett was nearby. Of course, Kevin Garnett has strong ties to Minnesota Timberwolves and also Gary Trent Sr., and they were asking Gary Trent Jr. at the NBA Cup media scrum, do you have any stories about when you were young and Kevin Garnett being around your life? And Kevin Garnett interrupted, and he said, well, I don't want to hear a story about me. Listen, I want to tell you a story about this young man, Gary Trent Jr. He said that at 5 years old, Kevin Garnett they made a bet that Gary Jr. couldn't do like 100 push-ups. And well, at 5 years old, Gary Trent Jr. did 100 push-ups and won the bet for Kevin Garnett and his dad. Everybody else in that place did not believe that Jr. could do 100 push-ups at 5 years old, and boom, he killed it, and he did it. And Garnett then said that was when I knew he was going to make the NBA for sure, at 5 years old, and that he started treating him like he was a pro, just like he treats other pros. And that really tells a lot about Trent Jr. and how he was raised by his father and the NBA people around him in his life this whole time, and why he is the way he is. because that's the thing. And Kevin said himself, he said, I told Gary Trent Jr. when he was a kid, you have so much riding on you. Do not make any mistakes in your life to screw that up, because you are a chosen one. You are a real one. And you know what? That kind of guidance probably went a long, long way to get Gary Trent Jr. to the NBA. That they believed in him, and he was on the right path right from the start, because Senior took care of him, and his teammates around Senior really looked at him. So Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Garnett's like an uncle to him, y'all, and they're family. So that was really, really cool. The Raptors saying happy holidays on his Instagram stories from yesterday. So there's your Instagram stories from yesterday. I love that story about Gary Trent Jr. and him doing 100 push-ups when he was 5 years old. And that was when Kevin Garnett knew that man was going to be in the NBA someday. That's such a crazy thing, man. Trevor's saying, today, keep your comments short. Lex has to go early. Yes, I appreciate that, Trevor. Within reason. I mean, I'm going to have to do the ref report in a second. King's here. Good to see Brian back. Merry Christmas to you, Brian. To the point. I'm happy to see you back in the chat with us. What's up, Freak Nation? Merry Christmas to y'all. Lex, I want to call in. Laugh out loud. Well, it's long-distance charges, because I am in the state of Georgia, the ATL, the Dirty South, Hot Atlanta, baby. Yeah, but I won't be here for long. It's an expiring time, because I will be going to the airport around noon, and I will be going home back to Pearson in the afternoon. So that's why I went a little early today. That's right. Good to see you, Brian. Dap to you, man. Always. Y'all check out To the Point. It's a fantastic Raptors-related channel on YouTube, and King's always got good stuff on there, man. Always got good stuff. Neil's here. Blessings, Raptor Freaks. Blessing to you, Blackhawk. Always happy to have your presence in the chat also. He's saying, buy a thicker coat. That's what I tell Ulrich Shamshay. Just get a thicker coat and understand that, the world isn't all just like where you're from. It's varied. And in some ways, you may grow to appreciate some things about the colder climate at times. And understand, Shamshay, this is only for 3 months of the year that is absolutely cold like this in Toronto. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for the most of the year. And the other thing is, stay inside. You don't have to go outside. Don't go outside. Stay inside. This is sometimes a good excuse for you to play some video games. How about that? I'll go and check on the NBA power rankings on ESPN real quick. They came out yesterday, and they have the Raptors dropping another spot from 27 to 28 with our 7-23 record. Yeah, I don't blame them. I can't get mad at ESPN for continuing to drop us in their 30 ranking. We are the third worst team right now in the league, as they're according to them. Now they're listing the young risers on each team, and they've got Grady Dick listed as our young riser. And they're saying, on a team with a bunch of young talent, the second-year guard has stood out for his rapid improvement from his rookie season. The 6'6" guard has seen massive statistical gains after being named the starting shooting guard for the Raptors. He has more than doubled his scoring average to 18.3 points while shooting more than 7 attempts from 3 a game. That's from Tim Bontemps. I hate how they short everybody on their height. That's got to be with their shoes off, because Grady Dick don't look 6'6" to me. That man's closer to 6'9", if you ask me. So, yeah, they always do that. That's one of the ways they sell him. So, yeah, we're dropped down to 28, and only Utah, I think it's only Utah. Who are the two teams below us? It's New Orleans and Washington are the only two teams that are below us in the rankings right now, according to ESPN. I can't argue with that, unfortunately. I wish I could make a case where they're kind of being mean to us, but honestly, this is truthful. Happy belated birthday to the Christmas baby that is Marquise Noel. Marquise turned 25 yesterday, guys. And, of course, I did the song yesterday, so I didn't get to officially recognize the birthday of former rookie for the Raptors last year, Marquise Noel. So happy 25th birthday to you, Mr. New York City. I hope that you're doing well. We just saw you recently on Rio Grande Vipers. And you know what? I have no hate towards you, man. I only want the best things for you. And I wish it had worked out with the 905. But, things happen for a reason. And hopefully everything's going to work out, and God's plan will work out for you also, Noel. So I'm looking out for you. Muggsy recently talked, Muggsy Bogues, former great of Raptors, the shortest player to ever play in the NBA history, about why there's no real good short point guards in the league anymore. And it really is partly that the height is just getting out of control, and it's just tougher. And also, you got to think about this. To be a short point guard in the league, you have to be so perfect fundamentally and doing everything right. And some of these point guards are coming in like the rest of the knuckleheads and just not fundamentally good. And that's why they have no chance. Now, Marquise is a throwback. He does have that kind of stuff. So that's why I think if any really, really short point guard is going to make it in the NBA, he's got the best shot because he fundamentally is doing things right. So yeah, I like that, man. Brian said, "Thank y'all, Freak Nation, for watching my last video. Coming up is my Drake diss video. Laugh out loud. Normally I would protect Drake from you, Brian, but I've given up on that. And your hate for Drake is fine with me. I'm not gonna hate on Drake, but I'm not really a huge fan of him anymore either. Really, the way he turned on DeMar this year really pissed me off. So Drake, I can't protect you anymore. I heard about what happened with you in the Kendrick Lamar concert in Toronto." That's so stupid, man. So he buys up all the floor seats at the Kendrick Lamar concert in Toronto so that there be nobody on the floor. Drake does this. First of all, what's the logic in that? You just help the man sell out his concert. And then Kendrick comes around and announces that everybody can go on the floor for free. So you didn't accomplish anything, Drake, and you just look salty and stupid and all that. It's crazy, yeah. Trevor's saying the Sixers quieted the Celtics fans yesterday. Yeah, there were some games yesterday. In some ways, I'm not going to talk about the Christmas games too in depth because honestly, I think that the way the NBA really touts them as being this and this and this, and everybody makes a big deal out of teams that play on Christmas and all that kind of stuff is stupid. In some ways, it's manufactured prestige that honestly, in some ways, is stupid. In some ways, the Christmas game, yeah, I'm a hater. And yeah, in some ways, I don't think that it's smart that the NBA builds their whole schedule around yesterday. It really annoys me, honestly. And the way that they say that these are the haves and have-nots, well, it's not a good symbol for society. And in some ways, y'all are gatekeeping on which teams get to play. And it's not even any rhyme or reason. Some of the best teams in the league do not ever sniff a Christmas Day game. It's a very snobby system. I have a real good case for the Milwaukee Bucks and why they did not play yesterday. Giannis is a big star, but he plays in Milwaukee, and it's a smaller market. And in some ways, the NBA's, you know what? I boycott Christmas for NBA, and I didn't watch a single damn game yesterday. Not a moment of it. I spent it with my family playing games myself, like Scrabble and spades and fun stuff, and eating good food and just enjoying their time. And the NBA was not a distraction for me yesterday. Now, Blake Murphy's saying the games were really good yesterday, but I want to see what people are saying about it. Well, I'm not saying much about it. I do like, and this is the one day yesterday, well, I'll say thank you, Nick Nurse. I appreciate you. You're a badass. And beating the Celtics on Christmas Day in Boston is a fantastic thing. You and Lowry, salute to you. Screw you, Joel, but salute to Nick and Kyle for beating the Celtics on Christmas. This is one of the rare occasions where I'm very happy with Nick Nurse because of what happened yesterday in that game. Yeah, of course. The Knicks barely beating Wemby and the Spurs in Madison Square Garden yesterday. It's all script writing. Spurs fans a little bent out of shape about not winning that game. But I'll tell you, Spurs fans, chill out. Think about how many wins you had last year. And think about how much better you are this year. A lot of it has to do with Chris Paul. And just chill out. As Masai Ujiri says, progress in the NBA is not linear. And you need to go with the ups and downs. And y'all are trending up. Trust me. San Antonio's on its way back up the standings. And y'all need to just chill out and stop over-analyzing everything and just going off on different players on your team because they're not doing this or that. Just chill. Just go forward and be happy because you're going in the right direction. All right? And seriously, I wish y'all had beat the Knicks. I'm mad at the Knicks. In fact, I'm getting more and more hate for our division rivals right now. All four of them, whether it's Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the one I like the best right now, honestly. And it's probably because they're the worst one out of them. But yeah, I used to like the Knicks a little bit in the last year, but the last two times we played them, I think it's Cat. I think the Cat's come in and made me hate the Knicks again. And it's too bad because I was starting to like the Knicks for a little while there. I could respect Randall. And there was the old edition. I always liked RJ. But now RJ's on our team, and there's not very many players on the Knicks that I like anymore other than OG and Precious. Heard that Precious and OG were a big factor in winning the game against the Spurs. Their defense and what they did on the court, very, very helpful to close the game and a 3-point win in that game. Yeah, I heard that Luka got hurt yesterday. That's pretty sad. That's never good. You don't want to hear a face of the league getting very seriously injured on a big day like that. Brian say, Lex, enjoy the weather out there. It's always sweet there this time of year. Well, actually, honestly, it's freezing cold here too. I came down when Atlanta was kind of actually in a cold, chill place, and kind of the coldest part of the year for Atlanta too. So it's not like I escaped the cold weather to come to Atlanta, Georgia. No, it was pretty cold here too. So it's been pretty nice though near the end now. Like it may be the warmest day today on my way out. All right, let's do the classic card, guys, right now. Let's see what I get. I got a little bit more restocked in here. All right, guys, this is not very classic. In fact, I have to say, my niece and nephew gave me some cards for Christmas, and I opened them up. We played a fun game where they read the back of the card with the weight and the height and the college and where they got drafted to from and stuff like that. And I tried to guess the players just from that information. I did okay. There were a lot of no-name players that were involved in this. So this is a newer card, and let's see who can get the classic card today. So here's the classic card. This is a little difficult, honestly. If you're really up to date on current NBA, you should be able to get this guy. But it is not the easiest classic card, and it's not classic. This is a card from last year. So this is a player that has been in the league very recently. So most people should know who they are. We'll have to see if anybody can figure it out and write it in. So the classic card is up, full name answer, and you will get the classic card points for today. It'll be 100 points probably. Although if this takes a little while, maybe I'll increase the amount. But yeah, we want to do this, get the ref report, and then boom, we're probably going to get out of here, guys. So yeah, who do you think that is? Do we have Reggie here right now? I don't know if Reggie would be good on this one because this one's more recent. Does anybody know who this player is? I'll give you guys some clues if you start floundering here, but I want to get at least one guess. Does anybody know who the classic card of the day is today? Yeah, let's see. Blackhawks saying weather is shifting geography. Areas that were cold are cool. Areas that were warm are cooler. Yeah, it's different. All right, there you go. Mischief's got it. It is Jalen Hood-Schifino for today's classic card. Slug Deezy, you're just in afterwards. So we'll get Mischief on the classic card chart for this one. I'm going to give you a 150 for it, Mischief. How about that? So Jalen Hood-Schifino is the classic card, and it's Mischief getting on the points for today. That's cool. I like seeing somebody new get some classic card points. We'll go 150 for you, man. All right, boom goes the dynamite. Thank you for playing the classic card of the day. All right, let me go check and see if the refs have been posted, and we'll do that. All right, they are up, and let me just get them a little organized. I'll kind of BS a little bit while I'm trying to do this real quick because in some ways, this is something that takes a little bit of work before I go on the air to do. Okay, this is who we got today. Oh, interesting. Interesting. All right, let me just fix my spreadsheet so that it's written down the right way. All right, that's that. Okay. Speaking of Drake, there's somebody coming to the game tonight that has something to do with Drake. As far as the referees, that's a clue right there. Let me see what he does with Memphis real quick. Because I got to go get the percentages and figure out. I'm doing all that stuff that I tell you guys. Oh, wow. That's how it is with that? Okay, that's very interesting. All right, the second ref, who is it? Okay, yeah, that's a good ref for us. I like that ref. Let's go look at him and his percentages real quick. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good ref crew today from what I'm seeing, the three names right now, and I'll reveal them shortly once I've prepared it. Okay, yeah, that's a good percentage for us. Let's see where he is on there. Yeah. Oh, actually, we won the last game with him. That's beautiful. That's that's kind of rare right now, having referees that actually we've won games with like this. Let's see what's his percentage with Memphis. Memphis is right there. Okay. All right. Let me write it in. I'm sorry I'm doing it this way. I normally would do all this before I go on the air. But because of the late start. Oh, yeah, and that guy too. Okay, that's the third ref. Yeah, you guys, I'm building the suspense for the ref report right now that I know who they are. I would have got it ready before, but they really literally announced it like moments ago who the referees are. Yeah, he's the worst ref today, the last one. Yeah, but I like him. I like the guy. We haven't had him this year. This will be the first time he refs us this year. And how does he do with Memphis? Oh, they're right there next to us. And actually, he favors us, which is interesting. Okay. All right. I've got the ref report ready now, guys. So let me go ahead and see how quick I did it just now. I'm actually really impressed with myself. All right. Our crew chief tonight is the Drake lover, Mitchell Irvin. Number 27 in his 10th season out of New Orleans. He loves the show Martin. He likes the movie Coming to America. He is a number one Drake fan. Favorite book, Between the World and Me. He can eat some char-grilled oysters. Do you eat them raw, Mitchell Irvin? Raw oysters are good, man. Maybe you don't want to take some chances with your life. I don't know. Favorite app is TikTok. He'd most like to visit Africa, and his bucket list is skydiving. Mitchell Irvin previously worked for the sports agency Sports West Football, the New Orleans Saints, the New Orleans Sports Foundation, and as a middle school physical education teacher and coach. He and his wife founded a nonprofit organization, the Irvin Element, to help mentor adolescents and catalyze anti-bullying initiatives. Man, I already liked Mitchell Irvin, but hearing this about him, and this is new, man. So this is kind of cool. Mitchell Irvin was a middle school teacher, and he's also worked for the New Orleans Saints, the NFL team. That's very, very interesting. Of course, Mitchell historically has been a good ref for us, but it's kind of gone down over the years. We've had him twice this year, and we've lost both games already this year. He's a 500 for us, right across the middle. We have the same wins and same losses with him at this point. Now, this is the thing. 2 years ago when I started this channel, he was a very high percentage for us, almost 70%. And we've lost almost every game that Mitchell Irvin's refereed for us in the last 2 years, just so y'all know. And the Grizzlies, well, they're 50% also. So it's a split, exactly even, 50-50 between the Raptors and the Grizzlies with the crew chief, Mitchell Irvin. So there's no advantage there other than they're going to be at home for Memphis. The second ref is one of my favorite refs in the league. It's JT Orr, number 72, 14th season out of Pomona, California. His favorite TV show is Three's Company, which is hilarious. I mean, that's a very old show, and he was watching it when he was a kid. Favorite movie, Fletch. He likes to listen to Pearl Jam. His favorite book is The Outsiders. He likes to eat biscuits and gravy. Favorite app, Maps. He'd most like to visit Glacier National Park. And his bucket list is to start a dog rescue. His hidden talent, impressionist painting. I did not know about this. So JT Orr, you can paint paintings. Like that painting that was kind of behind me on the show when I'm home. He kind of paints stuff like that. Very, very cool to hear that about him. Yeah, also the California native JT Orr previously spent more than 10 years as a counselor for young men in the foster care and probation systems of Los Angeles County. So just once again, somebody who cares about the youth, just like Mitchell Irvin, and is looking out for them. These are admirable referees and good guys. We won the only game we had, JT Orr, this year. And I appreciate him for that. This has been a tough year, and us having one win in the only game he's refereed for us is fantastic. We are a 59% win percentage. He's the best ref for us statistically today. And meanwhile, the Grizzlies win 55%. So 59-55 is the split for the Raptors with the second ref, JT Orr. The third ref is the very, very veteran Tom Washington, number 49 in his 34th season out of Arkansas. He likes the show Martin also. So that is our common bond today is Martin, Shanae, and yeah, all that fun, man. So yeah, today is the Martin Lawrence show with Mitchell Irvin and Tom Washington being big fans of that classic sitcom. Honestly, it is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. It's underrated. People do not bring it up enough because honestly, it was a really, really good show. Honestly, y'all can't tell me that Martin wasn't good. And his favorite movie is Boomerang. So these guys are Eddie Murphy fans also with the movies. Favorite musician, Stevie Wonder. And his favorite book is the Bible. And he'll eat some salmon. That salmon is what he likes there. Let's see. Tom Washington off the court. Washington has volunteered with the Big Brothers Big Sisters Amachi program and Children's Choice, among other organizations. Washington is a cum laude graduate with a bachelor's degree in sociology from Norfolk State University. All three refs are very socially conscious and giving back to youth and young people and mentoring them. So I like that. These guys are awesome. I love this ref crew in a lot of ways. Hopefully I love them tonight when we watch them and they're good to us. Hopefully we'll have to see. The win percentages with Tom are very bad. Actually, he's in the bad area down near the bottom. We don't have historically a good record with him over the 30 years of Raptors basketball. Because honestly, he's been reffing us since the very beginning. He was a 4-year ref when the Raptors started because he's 34 years in the league. So he reffed all the expansion years all the way through the 2000s and recent, and we win 43% of our games. He has not refereed us this year yet. But listen, the Grizzlies have a worse record over that time. They're 41%. So he favors the Raptors historically over all the years of Raptors and Grizzlies. 43-41 is the split with Tom Washington. So there's your refs. They're very honorable, great men that I respect and like. You know, I don't hate all the refs in this league, and these guys are the epitome of what I'm talking about. These are great people that give back to the community and try to mentor young people to be happier and better. I think it's really cool that Tom Washington studies sociology. Anybody who studies sociology, like Fred VanVleet, like myself, like Tom Washington, they have social consciences and usually understand the inner workings of institutionalized racism and other systemic systems that hold different people back. So, Tom Washington, salute to you. Be kind to us tonight. And yeah, Mitchell Irvin, you're a good guy too. And JT Orr, you're a fantastic person too. So there you go. There's your ref report for today. Race Mode Daily is here, live in the chat today. Lex, where are you at? Who didn't pay the gas bill? Merry Christmas, freaks, familia. Now, listen, I'm wearing the jacket because I like the jacket. First of all, I've been wearing it the whole time I've been here. It's kind of signifying me being on the road. I'm staying in an attic in a mansion right now, and it's very, very, in some ways it's cold up here because it's up in the airy part of like the 4th floor. And in some ways, you know, I don't like people shaming me for wearing my jacket on my show, Edmund. All due respect. I love your beautiful, beautiful pictures from Christmas on Instagram, man. And I would love to see that you went to the game the other day with your family and sat in the box at the Raptors game this weekend. But yeah, I love this jacket, man. Some people have been complimenting me on it. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt like wearing the jacket. I'd rather be warm in the house than, you know, not be warm. That's kind of why I wear it. But yeah, so everybody keeps making cracks on me for wearing jackets on my show indoors. Listen, I'm not a true blood Canadian because I grew up in Florida and I'm a wimp about cold weather. And I always thought, you know, why suffer and be cold when you could just put on extra layers, you know? You know, so I'm not one of these macho Canadian guys who's like, oh, you're wearing it's cold out, but I'll wear short sleeves. What are you, a wimp? No, I'm smart because I don't want to get sick in the age of COVID, and I'm not trying to get sick. So I always baby myself, and I'm gonna make sure I'm warm. Oh, I love you, Race Mode, and here's to a great 2025 coming up for everybody, and for you and your family, and all your people that you work with at work too, man. Trevor's saying they were talking a lot about Christian during the Lakers game last night. Yeah, I saw you guys posting this. Of course, Christian Coloco playing on Christmas Day for the Lakers, and it looked like Davis went out early. I looked at the box score, and Anthony Davis was a quick exit for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. And then Christian got in there. It's not like Christian did a whole lot. He got a lot of rebounds. He scored 2 points. And you were saying that the announcers were saying very good things about him and stuff like that. Well, you know, I see it. There's 2 things to look at this way. That you're very happy and proud that the young man is getting to reclaim his NBA career, if not a little bitter because of his exit and how we lost him in our system for our team. It's tough. It's tough. But you know what? Listen, I don't think that Christian was all that outstanding yesterday. I mean, maybe he got some rebounds and a couple of blocks. But like seriously, just 2 points. I don't understand why they're gushing about him there. And well, what happened to Anthony Davis? Seriously, did he get hurt? He's like, you love the jacket. It's giving you 80s vibes. Yeah, this jacket's awesome. It's got a really good lining in it. I actually could take it out. But yeah, this is like my travel jacket. It's my nice jacket. And I don't always wear it on this channel. It's just because I'm out and traveling around because I'm in the States and I'll come back. All right, let me go over my tabs and maybe I'll be done. Like I should be finished in the next 11 minutes. If y'all have any more comments, get them in right now and I'll answer them and we'll talk real quick. But I should be finishing up very, very shortly here. Let's see. What else did I need to do today? I have tabs open. I did the Instagram. I did the birthday just now. I think that's it. If you guys have a fantasy team, keep up with your fantasy team. The competition's pretty good on there. David is leading the league as number 1 with his team right now. He's been doing very, very well and controlling the top of the league. All right, I guess I'll just review the stuff that's going on here. Trevor's saying that was saying what he went through to come back in the NBA. That's what they were talking about. They're talking about his odyssey through the blood clots and the right to play panel and getting cleared and all that kind of stuff and how it was scary. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him, but also at the same time, I'm like, what the hell happened? Why isn't he wearing a Raptors jersey? That's the way I still feel about it. I mean, we would have a luxury right now if we had Koloko in our system still and he was still a part of our team. It's kind of really annoying. And the way that things went with Koloko, I hope that they don't kind of like show a possibility for what happens with our young prince. I don't want anything to be similar in any kind of way, but being both clutch clients is scary and weird too. Blackhawks saying all Masai has to do is get one more second round pick for this draft. Then he can target the 7'2" Ivizic brothers in the second round. Ooh, man, Blackhawks are already figuring out the next draft, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, I think that you guys are right. And I heard you say this before, that it's like get the best talent in the first round in the top 10, probably the way our season's going. Our lottery pick, get the absolute best talent at that point. But in the second round, circle back and get a center Masai in this draft coming up this at the end of the year. Yeah, I like that strategy that you keep saying, Neil. I think it's right. Nameless is saying, I'm embracing all the losing right now. We are what we are. It cannot be changed, and it should be celebrated. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about teams that have come up on the up. Like I just mentioned, the Spurs. The Spurs had one of the most dismal seasons last year, and it was really, really hard on Spurs fans. But wow, this year it's a lot more fun for them, and they are winning more. And I think that hopefully we can have this kind of turnaround, and maybe we don't suffer as long as most teams that bottom out and start rebuilding again. Because that's the thing. We don't want to be like this for like 5 years. No, we don't. We only want it maybe 1 or 2 years at the most. And last year kind of counts for one of those years. So hopefully next year, with a healthy team and maybe a couple of new players from this draft at the end of the year, we can be pretty good. Yeah, I want depth at the front line, front court, Masai and Bobby. We need more depth at the 4 and the 5 especially. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Blackhawks saying where players land can make the difference in their development. Yes. And that's why a lot of people should understand if they're coming in the NBA, you should be very happy if you end up in a Raptors jersey. Because honestly, this is a place where you will get the best of the best as far as things. And our head coach is one of the best development coaches in the whole entire league. And it's showing already. You see what the jumps that Grady Dick's made in the time that he's been coached, the first 2 years of his career with Darko as his coach. He never knew Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse never got his hands on Grady Dick. And you got to think about that and where he's at right now in that way. Ochai Agbaji comes to our team, and he's getting unlocked right now in a couple different ways to be an even better NBA player. So I think that this is part of it. That Darko was hired to get our very young players to new levels. And Scotty Barnes is definitely somebody who's going to strive to get to new levels under Darko's guidance. And it's awesome. Yeah. Name is saying, I'm the natural embodiment of the laws. I just want us to get healthy. I hate how we'll never know how good we could have been this season because certain very key players have been out at very key times. And it's all of them, or RJ, Scotty, Emmanuel, Jakob. Yeah, they've all missed games. Even Grady missed a couple games for a little while there. It's tough and it sucks, and I hate it. I wish we knew how good we would have been if we had everybody available and going against each other. The late start for Kelly, Jacoby having issues early in the season. Yeah, who is to know what would have been? It is only what it is, and it shall be. And we can only go forward. That's right. I like your attitude about this, Nameless. In some ways, it's like, I get it. You want to tank right now because you want to get the absolute best draft pick at the end of the year. I'm with you. Neil saying we can get centers that will surpass Koloko because our development is better. Well, this is definitely true. The Lakers are not a good organization for developing young players. Austin Reeves is something, and, maybe Connect will do something pretty good in the next couple of years. But for the most part, if they're not totally blue chip prospects that came in the league, are already kind of on their way to being good, if they're kind of guys who are halfway in the league, they're not getting any better to stay in the league. And this guy is actually a symbol of this right here. This guy right here on the classic card is a symbol of what I'm talking about right now. Because what? He's been in the league for 1 year and he's already almost out. He's already almost out of the league right now. Yeah, Kaz is here. Good morning, Trucker Kaz. Good morning, Lex and Rapid Free Crew. Nice to see everyone here. All right, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, guys, and just get an hour preview in before my regular start time at 9:30. Yeah, we came in early. Hopefully the Raptors will get early to the spots in against the Grizzlies tonight and show them that we can take it to them and beat them tonight. Once again, this is going to be a tough game if they've got a 7'4" center and we are playing Jonathan Mobo, who's been listed at 6'6", 6'7" on some charts. Yeah, that may be scary. We may actually see our big man for Canada eat us alive because of the size mismatches between our roster and their roster. And I mean, Sandy Aldama is not a short guy either. And he could maybe probably dominate against us also because of just who we're lacking in our lineup, namely the Austrian guy named Jakob. So, I hate this. I wish Jakob was playing tonight. In some ways, we don't have a real fighting chance against most teams with the center position without Jakob in the lineup. And that sucks. It sucks so bad. So, yeah. Let's see. Smooth saying, started early, Lex. Loved your song. I appreciate that, Reggie. Yeah, it was fun to write. And of course, I wanted to honor our guy, Larry Tannenbaum. This has been a year where the ownership of the Raptors has changed because Bell sold their shares to Rogers. And the future for the ownership of the Raptors is murky and a little scary for Raptors fans. MLSC hiring Keith Pelly, and now he's kind of in charge. And well, Keith seems like a good guy. I like Keith so far from what I've heard of him on the broadcast and talking about how he views things. Remember, Keith, Masai Ujiri is really good at his job. He's proven it for over 10 years now. And he's maybe one of the best assets the Raptors have right now. So don't take that lightly and do anything stupid. You know, if Larry does step down in the next 2 years, in some ways, if Masai wants to stick around and continue to run this team, you need to let him because you will be better off with it in the long run. Trust me. And we all will be. So, yeah, everything I said in that song yesterday comes from the heart. And I love you, Larry. Larry, you're such a passionate sports fan and a great Torontonian. And the fact that you are a huge, huge reason why the Raptors won an NBA championship, because in some ways it's because you believed in Masai. So I really appreciate Larry Tannenbaum, and that's my honor to him singing the "Oh Christmas Tree" theme song to him yesterday. Yeah, I hope y'all check it out and see what's up with that. Yeah. That's a. I really appreciate that, man. Trevor saying Darko turned Yak and RJ to be even better. Yeah, it's crazy because Jakob is so far in his career that Darko actually made Jakob better like 9 years in. And think about it, Jakob had Popovich coaching him for 5 years. And in some ways, Darko made him better than Popovich could in developing him in San Antonio for a few years. That's very, very much a compliment for our coach, Rajakovic. And something that a lot of people that are casuals may not notice is like, look, think about this. Jakob is playing his best year ever in his career right now. And you know what? He was the man down in San Antonio. There was a lot of teams down there where there wasn't a lot of talent, and they could have had Jakob carrying them down there. But no, in some ways, Popovich didn't get that out of him. But we are now with our great Serbian coach, Darko. Yeah. Blackhawk saying, I'm seeing improvement in Scotty, RJ, Grady, Oshai, Walter, Shed, Mobo, Battle. That's 8 guys showing growth. Yeah, there's more than that even. I mean, let me think about that. Yak should be on that list too. And, who knows how much Davion Mitchell is going to get better because of this. And who knows, we may even see, things with Emmanuel quickly when he gets healthy, making huge leaps also. Fiercey's here. MJ, good morning to you. Eye Candy, good morning, fam, and happy Thursday. I hope you had a fantastic Merry Christmas and full of fun and love and laughter and only good things. Yeah, and Blackhawk saying, I forget. Yeah, that's 9 guys. Yeah. And Cass thinks that my Christmas song was fire. I appreciate that. I put a little playlist of all 4 of the songs I've done on the page, on the channel page. If you want to check out the ones I did from years past, like the 12 Days of Christmas, Masai Ujiri, OG, Let's Go, Man, and the first Noel, Marquise Noel. Check out my other 3 songs from last year also. Fiercely saying the song was Firelegs. Thank you. You're welcome. That's just my annual Christmas gift to diehard Raptors fans like the Raptor Freaks every single year. And yes, there will be a tradition that will go on forever as long as there's a Christmas song that I haven't done. I just got, I develop them throughout the year. I kind of get an idea for which song and tune. And it just, this is the year to do the Larry one because the future for Larry is kind of ambiguous. And that it's so perfect. His last name is Tannenbaum, which literally translated means Christmas tree. And that's why the song "Oh Tannenbaum, Oh Tannenbaum," it's perfect because it's literally the old song, right? Name is saying 8 p.m. start for this game tonight. This Fotuto. Managia Mia. I'm actually really happy about this because I have to try and get through customs at Pearson and drive on the 401 to get back to my house in time to watch the game. It's like I'm here in Atlanta right now. And between now and then, I'm going to be at home to watch the game tonight. So the 8 p.m. start is very, very welcome to me as far as a little bit extra time to try and get there in time before jump ball and be able to watch the whole game. That's right. Blackhawk saying even Bruno looks good, even though Darko keeps yanking him. I have no way to gauge this. In some ways, I don't know enough about Bruno's prior career to understand whether he's actually gotten really good. I have no idea. And of course, we're not seeing him enough, but I'll take your word for it on this. Kaz is saying Larry T is a real one. He for sure is. He's a real one for the Raptors. And man, he's a great owner. Not all the owners in the NBA are good people, and they're not like necessarily good at running basketball teams either. But Larry's both. He's a great person, a very charitable, awesome person. And also he really is like a fan. Like he's more like Mark Cuban than somebody like James Dolan. How about that? There's different ends of the spectrum. Mark Cuban, a huge fan, really engaged, really wants to see his team win and is investing in it. Well, Larry Tannenbaum is that kind of owner. And James Dolan's not that kind of owner. He's a businessman. He's looking at profit, and he's kind of being a little dick. And that's why a lot of the Knicks fans hate him, and a lot of the Mavericks fans love Mark Cuban. Yeah, that's there you go. Nako's here. Good morning, Gerald. I turned on the Mavs game just to watch Luka get hurt last night. Did you want that to happen? That's why you turned it on. I just wanted to see him get hurt. No, I know what you mean. You turned it on, and then you saw him get hurt immediately. I know what you mean there. It's too bad. That's not good for the NBA. I'm sure Adam Silver had a gasp when he saw that Luka Doncic got hurt seriously yesterday. Yeah. Mr. Sam, I'm cutting my harvest as you're live. Nice. Yeah, get that harvest. I know what you're harvesting there, my guy. Yeah, there you go. Kaz is saying that's a very cool tradition for your Raptor Freak crew. It's just a talent I've always had. I mean, I'll do this sometimes on the channel off the cuff. Like you guys will make some sort of a song reference, and I'll make a parody song of it or some way. I'm pretty good at it. Like it's an improv game. We used to play at Second City. Is like, all right, give me a song and give me a subject, and I will try and make up on the fly if I know the song and the lyrics, a parody version of it, like Weird Al would, like that. In fact, you guys have the rule of impressions. You guys can tell me to do impression at any time or sing a song at any time. Well, you know what? You could get me to do a parody song at any time. If you give me a subject and a very known song that I would know, I could maybe make a song out of that subject right away in seconds on this air. And in some ways, that's a talent I have, and I enjoy doing it. So y'all can test me at times. Not today because I got to get out of here. But yeah, keep this in mind. I still have the impression hotline open for requests. If you want me to do an impression, I'll do it. If you want me to sing a song, I'll do it. And if you want me to do a parody song, I'll do it also. You just got to be very clear about what you want. I serve the order for what you want, just like a little diner, a roadside diner. What you want, get it for you. Trevor J saying Atlanta traffic to the airport is crazy. Thankfully, my brother does not live super far from the airport, and he travels all the time. So he's going to set me up the right way to get there because he knows when to get there on time for my flight, and he knows the best route from his house because of his work. He's flying out all the time. So that's part of it right there. Blackhawk saying, don't like the fact that Bruno doesn't have a minimum contract. It's starting to feel like a labor abuse. Well, either way, I mean, if you're going to get labor abuse, if it's in the NBA and you're still going to make $1 million or something like that, I don't think that that's something to feel bad for them. Let's think about the people that are in the Amazon trucks driving around yesterday and all this week trying to get stuff to different people, and they're actually on strike and stuff like that, the Amazon workers. So, Yeah, I get what you're saying, and maybe it's symbolic on a major level, but I don't think Bruno's that upset or complaining. And in some ways, he knows the drill. All these NBA players know that nothing's guaranteed unless the guarantee is the contract. And well, in some ways, Darko can't utilize him or use him, and maybe he's not. Well, maybe that's just how it's going to go. We should think about it this way, maybe selfishly as Raptor freaks, that if Bruno does not get guaranteed and he's off to the wild yonder, that we have a new roster spot to fill with maybe a player that will fit better and be more useful, especially at the center position by the end of the year. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Fiercely saying, yes, despite our record being what it is, we can't deny the growth of our roster and how fun it is to watch them play. Kudos to Darko. I completely agree. And I wish that more Raptors fans could understand this and people understand just the genius and the amazing job that Darko Rajakovic has done with the Raptors. Because honestly, getting a team through some of the stuff that's been happening with them the last 2 years, with all the trades, all the losing, and all the injuries, is a real accomplishment. Because spirits are still high, teams are still connected and really all for one and one for all, and it's very healthy. It's just that it's very tough. You got to understand this kind of stuff that's happened in the Raptors the last 2 years makes it real easy for teammates to turn on each other. And Darko has done such a good job of doing a professional level and keeping these guys eyes on the prize and understanding the progress through rebuild. It's not easy. It's not easy. In some ways, I want to be the Darko of the fans and saying, listen, guys, stay positive. We're going to make this and stuff. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. So, yeah, we got to do that. All right. Thanks for the cutoff, y'all. Let me do the finish rundown so y'all can hear all the information once again really fast. The Raptors injury report is that tonight we will be missing Jakob once again. Regretfully, I hate this so much. I really, really do. Bruce Brown is out today once again. So is Emmanuel Quickly. And Jamal Shed is day-to-day with his knee. He's questionable for the game tonight. Hopefully, maybe he plays. On Memphis' side, they do have injuries also. They're going to be missing Jay Huff, Marcus Smart, Vince Williams Jr., and G.G. Jackson II. So, yeah, John Morant, Zach Edey, those guys will be there. Our referees just reported to you just now are going to be Mitchell Irvin, JT Orr, and Tom Washington. Mitchell Irvin is 50-50 for both teams right down the middle. JT Orr favors the Raptors, and so does Tom Washington. So there is favor for the Raptors statistically in history for them against the Grizzlies with these three refs. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptors Freak stream. And yeah, we're getting ready for 2025, another year, another time to watch great Raptors action and wish for more W's and getting back to those things. What do I say? This is what I say right here. Future's so bright. Raptors are going to be back on top once again in the next couple of years. I believe in you, Scotty Barnes. I believe in you, RJ Barrett. I believe in you, Manny Quickly. I believe in you, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick. Let's get going and get healthy and get out there and show everybody who the real Raptors are. I appreciate all the Raptor Freak family, and Merry Christmas. And thank you once again for watching my channel. And I'll be back tomorrow with the reaction back in the normal confines of my home so that you'll see me in the normal atmosphere than the one we're here. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go, Raptors. Raptorize your day. I hope that everybody who's traveling like me today has safe travels and good things happen for them. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We got to beat the Grizzlies. We got to end this losing streak. We don't beat them. Well, maybe we'll beat Atlanta next week. While I'm here in Atlanta, I'll leave a little bit of like, lose Trae Young. Before I leave, I'll do that a little bit. I'll be like sending some bad vibes to Trae Young real quick. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Get out there and touch grass. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you, Raptor Freaks. Let's go.